As we can see from already this classroom, we don't have the teacher at the front door. This creates a hard relationship to happen between student and teacher. The student does not feel as connected to the teacher, thus there is no relationship happening. From the teacher's perspective, we see that he is not engaging with the student. He's spending time on his personal device and not wearing professional attire. Thus, there's an evident boundary between the teacher and student.
Here's how to develop a positive student-teacher relationship.
Hi Dylan, how are you?
Good, all right.
Good. How was your weekend?
Good, I was working last night.
Yeah, that's good. Nice to hear. We'll have a good class today. Alright, good morning class. So today we're going to be doing some table saw demonstrations so that you can build your projects. So one of the main key components of running the table saw is safety. So safety comes first on our list of objectives for today. So to operate the table saw safely, we must always have our safety glasses on. We must make sure that any articles of loose clothing are tucked away. If any of you have long hair, we want to have that tied back. So let's write that down. Glasses and loose clothing. And I'm going to put /hair for all. All right, our second objective is our technique. So I'm going to go over a few examples of how we can make sure that we are safe while operating the table saw. So in doing so, we want to make sure that our board is always up against the fence, and we have 2 points of contact on that board as we go through the blade. This is a very dangerous operation, and I cannot stress that enough. We must be careful while doing this. So having the proper technique is going to also help ensure our safety, but make sure that, and also ensure that our product at the end of this segment is going to look nice and clean. As you can see during our discussion we had, I made sure to model behavior as I put safety glasses on, demonstrating the importance of safety glasses, as well as showed that I don't have any loose articles of clothing that could get caught in the table saw. This is all a very helpful tool as I model the behavior I need to express to my students.
In this scene here, we are going to see acts of bad teaching behavior and acts of bluffing with the students. Okay, class, it's time to start. It is 9:05. Today we'll be moving right into the lab. If anybody has any questions on how to use the table saw, that is what we're going to be doing today. Do you have any questions?
I do not know how to use the table saw very well, but my friends do. So I'm going to act like I do know how to use it. This is something called bluffing.
In both a positive and negative classroom, we can see acts of bluffing to our students. For instance, with how it started was the teacher asked the students if they knew how to use a table saw. No one raised their hands, but then when we turned the camera aside to Dylan, we learned that Dylan had never used a table saw before, but he did not feel like raising his hand because he did not want to be shown up in front of his other students. So being confident, he decided to go along with it.
This causes a very dangerous situation, as these actions can cause harm to our other students. In a positive classroom environment, this is still relevant, as we must clarify with our students where their thinking process is on using difficult machinery. We must always have a conversation with those students and figure out what exactly they need help with. You doing okay over there, Dylan?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Okay.
Whoa, Dylan, we need to do the demonstration like earlier. Okay, so here. First, grab your safety glasses. Stand off to the side over here. Now we want to make sure we have a clean workspace when we're going here. Our loose articles of clothing, such as your lanyard there, we need to tuck it away. We don't want anything ever getting caught up in the blades or anything. So you saw here, you're on 45, can't do that. You want to make sure we're in tight against the fence, going through. You got that? Yes. Okay, now you show me.
This is a good example of grappling. The student is using the experience they just learned to try and better their knowledge.
Perfect. Do you feel confident to use this machinery now?
Yes.
Good.
In this situation, I acted as a bad teacher. I did not engage with my student to see if they were using the tools properly, thus creating a hazardous work environment for the other students and the student using the table saw. This could have ended very badly, and good thing our good teacher was able to reinforce and correct this behavior.
This is an example of autonomy. Dylan is going to show Jeremiah how to use his table saw.
Whoa. Make sure you keep your safety glasses on. And you always want to use your fence nice and close to the blade. And have 2 points of contact at all times.
In this situation, we see how the other student helped reinforce habits within the classroom, such as keeping safety glasses on, as well as using the 2 points of contact rule on the table.
Having a good teacher allows for keeping a safe environment for all students.
By having a teacher that actively engages with their students to show them other things to do allows the class to move further and more productively.
Going back to engagement, we can help motivate our students by encouraging good behaviors as well as encouraging their workmanship. Dylan, your project's looking really good.
Thank you. It's a gift from my mom.
Oh, nice. For Mother's Day, right?
Correct.
Oh, nice. I shall bet you she'll love it.
I hope so.
Your work.
Dylan, you getting your work done over here?
Yeah.
Good.
Not being engaged with our students decreases motivation to do work. It also decreases the ability to have a sense of belonging within the classroom, thus creating a situation in which no productivity is accomplished. All right, that was the bell. Have a good weekend, folks.
And I really hate this class.
Yes, yeah, this was the worst. What a waste of time.
Okay, the bell's going to ring in about 2 minutes here. Does anybody have any questions about today's lesson?
No?
Everybody feeling confident learning how to use the table saw?
Yes, I feel a lot more confident.
Good. If you ever need anything, I'm here after hours too. And always stop by, so let me know. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you. Man, I really like this class.
Yeah,
How's your problem coming?
It's going great. I'm liking it a lot.
Having a positive classroom environment, we can ensure the safety, success, and productivity of our classroom.
Whereas a negative classroom does not demonstrate proper safety, our students are not actively engaged, and we are not creating relationships with our students.
In the beginning of the video, we talked about how the students were bluffing. And through the positive classroom, we were able to build confidence and know what we were taught.